G'day viewers, it's your old pal PB from PB's Retro Restorations, back with another wonderfully exciting video for you. This week we've got what's left of a number 15 Husky Models Studebaker Wagonaire. This is the TV camera car version, although the little dude with the camera is missing, but as you can see that is the least of this model's problems. This is one of the cars that came in a big jumbo box of purchases from eBay, and when I showed it to everybody I said I'm not sure there's a lot that could be done for this, which of course incited several of you to contact me and say, oh no, you should do that one would be awesome, PB. I'm looking at you, Asco, in particular, but I had a few people say, oh no, you should try and do it, it'd be a challenge for you. And a challenge it's been. But anyway, let's get crack-a-lackin' and see if we can't make this even worse than it already is. So it didn't really want to come apart, this one. It was quite happy to be the way it was. Most of the other parts are okay. The body was where the worst issues lay. So of course I gently belt the buggery out of it with a hammer. I think that broke a couple of the other pillars, but I just wanted to try and straighten it out. So I used pliers. I know you're waiting for the roof to just snap right off, but it didn't, so there. I got it pretty straight. At this stage I was still thinking about a straight, proper resto. So I kidded myself by cleaning up all the parts that I thought I would be able to reuse. Just using a little bit of masking tape and glue and ye olde baking soda method. I made some reasonable repairs to it. And I got it looking fairly straight. And then I just filed all those little edges away. They broke several times while I did it, and I had to re-glue it several times. But I got there in the end, viewers. So at this stage the original glass and everything's fitting in it pretty good. But then I started thinking about that piece of the roof that was missing. And I just thought I'm never going to be able to make that look the same as the other side. Here's me tweaking the A-pillar and breaking it again. So I started to formulate some other ideas of what I could do with this old Studebaker. So the first step was to cut that other piece of the roof that was still on there, and of course break all the pillar gluing joints again. I just didn't stop, and then I just cut both of those rear pillars right off. So instead of restoring it to its mild configuration, I decided to go wild and try and turn it into a old school gasser, which is going to necessitate me pulling a couple of other cars apart. Like this Volkswagen drag bus. I thought about trying to rejig the Studebaker body to just fit on the Volkswagen base, but I just ended up cutting the two motors out of it. I'm putting tape on here just to try and give me a straight square guide of where I need to file that little opening for the engine to go. So of course the new idea, the new direction I'm going in, necessitates cutting that glass back so you can see the engines in the back, or so they'll even fit in the first place. So I'm just marking it and then I'm going to cut it with my little jeweler saw. Now this was prior to my purchase of my 3D printer, and if I knew now what I didn't know then, I would have 3D printed a set of wheels that just fit into the arches. But because I didn't have those means available to me, I had to find some Hot Wheels ones and just make them fit. No real riders on this one. It was a bit of fun. I kind of threw this one together, kind of. So brass tubing for the axles on this one, after I'd cut out the wheel wells and everything so those Hot Wheels ones would fit. I'm cutting a groove in the base at the front. It's pretty crude. I'm just going to stick another bit of brass tubing underneath the body so it gives it that sort of lifted front end look that gases have. At this stage, I was still going for a nice clean racer look. That's why I'm re-chroming the base and making it look all nice and shiny. Of course, like all my plans, it didn't end up that way. So I sprayed the body white because I'm going to go for a two-tone look on this. Bit of a military theme, you know, like a green drab with a white flash down the sides. My idea here was it was going to look really cool, but well, I'll let you can decide if it's cool or not at the end. But I did strip off some of the white paint, of course, when I pulled the tape off. So here I am spraying the green over the white, and of course when it started drying, that flat paint over the gloss, I don't know if that's what caused it, but it started to crack, and then I started to crack, and I thought I'm just going to fall back on my paint and just pretend it's meant to look ratty and weather it up a bit, and then no one will notice how bad you are at this sometimes, PB. But check this out, I got this off almost perfectly, I think. Hang on, let's watch it together. Nah, see, yeah, stripped a bit of it off, but that's okay. It fits with the theme. Alright, now they're primed up, I'm going to paint them. I made some cool decals. It's called the Bad Adder Stewed. Do you get it? Sure, I'll tell you what, those decals got me. That's why we print out 3 sets of them, because this one kept doubling over itself, and I just gave up and got another set. So I painted them orange like, you know, a good 60s Hemi should be, whatever type of engine it is, and I'm just going to paint the blowers by hand in silver, and then I'll put a little bit of black wash over it, because, you know, I have to put black wash on everything. Something in my mind convinces me that it improves everything, which of course it doesn't every time. No threading and tapping with this one. I'm using some white canopy glue to hold the glass pieces in, and super glue to hold all of the rest of it back together. Like I said, it's a bit of a fun, not a high-end piece of craftsmanship, this one. I use this big pair of clamps to sort of clamp it together. Yes, right across the paintwork, if you must know, because I'm going to weather it. But still sort of started coming apart. I tried and tried. I couldn't quite get it to go together like it was supposed to. Some more black wash, because, you know, if a little bit's good, then a whole heap of it must be even better. Right, and I put a little gasser tank on the front, and I'm going to paint that red, and we're almost about done, I think. After all that, I did do some dusting and weathering on it. And just like that, as if by magic, we've saved one from the tip and we're done. Here we are back at the start with my eBay purchase, stood on, wrecked, pulled apart, pretty much destroyed Studebaker Wagonaire that I probably would not have attempted unless I was been egged on by you, dear viewers. So thank you very much for that. It's always good to do something a bit different and take on something you wouldn't normally do. Anyway, this is what we started with. Don't hold your breath, viewers. And this is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Not looking $1,000,000. It's obvious that this isn't one of my finer works, and I'm not particularly impressed with it. I'm not, but you know, value your honest opinions in the comments. It's, I don't know, it's something. Once I'd started into it, I just wanted to see the project through, and I think the concept was sound. It's probably just the execution, and considering the state it was in to start with, I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on myself. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Don't be too abusive, and it makes me cry. Well, that was terrible. I hope you got some entertainment value out of that, viewers. Thank you for stopping by and watching my little video. I really appreciate it. If you've liked what you've seen here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, you can unsubscribe by clicking my head. Or if you'd really liked it, and all jokes aside, I really appreciate you watching it. If you've liked it for the entertainment value, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Really helps the channel out. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next fortnight with something infinitely better, I hope. And if I don't, I'll be the first one to tell you so. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!